Hey, what's going on, everybody? Bragg here. Just wanted to jump on here real quick and kind of share maybe a quick story that might be able to help someone out there who's looking to either start a business or already has a business. As you all know, is in 1999, I started my first janitorial company with a $400 vacuum and some cleaning supplies from the local dollar store. And let me tell you what it's grown to now is absolutely amazing. Today, I was actually going through some boxes in my office and I came across some old tax returns of the first year I was in business. Let me tell you something, I've come a long way from that. But it made me sit back and think about what it took that first year to become successful. You know, a lot of us have no idea. We know we want to get into business, but we have no idea what to do. You know, and a lot of you might, like me, might not have a mentor that can sit down and show you exactly what to do. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of insight on my mindset when we were building the first business. So I remember our first account came from a family friend. They had a local business and they already had a cleaning staff. So we came up with this idea that we were going to start this cleaning company. I was actually already cleaning windows at the time, and we decided to, sprout out to homes, offices, whatever we can clean, quite frankly. So we ended up starting our first account. I remember it was 3 days a week, and if I'm not mistaken, it was about $750. It was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that was our first job. And I tell you what, it wasn't even about the amount of money we were getting paid. It was just exciting to have a job. And I remember showing up for that job and busting our butt to make the customer happy. And I realized over the time is that business is quite simple. And I'm going to tell you why it's quite simple. Because if you can accomplish this one thing, you have a great chance to be successful in your own business. And it is this. Now listen up. Do what you say you're going to do. That's it. That's simple. You know, and a lot of times getting into business with us, a lot of us have our friends and family who we reach out to with business and, trying to get new business from people we know already. And sometimes we just don't provide that level of service that we would if it was someone else. And the reason why is because you go, oh, I know Uncle Pete. He got money. I don't have to do a great job for him. He'll just give me some money to support me in my business and I'll be good. Well, let me tell you something. You are wrong. See, I did my best work at the cheapest price for people I know. See, if you don't do that, then who is going to be able to vouch for you? So let me give you this example. Very good example. So you have a friend of yours that maybe they have a good job and they are doing well for themselves. And you started cleaning and you have a maid service and you want to start cleaning their house. So you go to your uncle and you say, hey, Uncle Pete, I got a maid service. Will you hire me? And Uncle Pete wants to support you. So what he does is he goes, yeah, I'll give you a chance. How much does it cost? So what do? We go, I know Uncle Pete got money. So I know he can pay a little bit more. So what you do is you charge Uncle Pete a higher price than you would normally charge anybody else. So then you go and you do your job, you show up to clean for Uncle Pete, and he lets you in the door and you start cleaning and your phone goes off. And it's your wife. And your wife has an emergency at home and you tell Uncle Pete, hey, Uncle Pete, I'm going to be back. I got to run home and take care of something. See, now that's okay to do, you think, because that's your uncle. So what happens is you run home and you take care of what you got to take care of. And maybe Uncle Pete had to do something and you didn't make it back that day. Your stuff is there, the job is incomplete, and then you show up another day and you go through and you finish the task and you finish it half-assed. Okay? Uncle Pete puts a smile on his face and says, okay, here you go, here's your money, thank you very much. Now, how does Uncle Pete feel about referring you your business? Now let me give you an example. Uncle Pete is out at a party. And the party the party was a great party, and the host of the party said, hey, does anybody know a cleaning company that could come here and clean up for me? Let me ask you something. Does Uncle Pete raise his hand and say, I know someone? Does he? No. I'm going to tell you why. Because his reputation is on the line. If you just did half-ass work for him, then why would he put his reputation on the line that you can do half-ass work for someone else? So let me tell you something. Your friends and your family, when you're building a business, you need followers. You need people to refer you. So you need to do your best work for them. And that's what I did. It was a hustle. I never said no to any job. Whatever we could do to go out there to clean, if I couldn't figure out a way to do it, then I called and found out how to. Let me tell you, I remember the first year particularly, I've never stripped and waxed any floors in my entire life. So I ended up walking into a pizza shop that was under construction. Very familiar, went out Unity Positive for you guys that are local. And I remember walked in the construction guy and I said, hey, listen, I have a cleaning business. Would you be interested in any post-construction cleanup? And the guy was like, yeah. Do you guys do floors? I said, yep, we do. So what I did is I ended up getting on the phone to my local janitorial supply company, and I called them up and I said, hey, listen here, I know you guys been trying to sell me this buffer, but I got this job and I need help. I don't know how to strip and wax floors, and I actually never done it. So it was quite amazing is the owner of the company at the time, which is now a very successful janitorial supply company, is he actually came out with me with all the equipment I need, and from 11 o'clock at night to 5 o'clock in the morning, he helped me strip and wax the floors. My first time. I didn't say no. I figured it out. You can't afford to say no just starting a business. So if you've never completed the service, you got to figure out, hey, use your resources. You know, there's tons of things, especially on the internet and things of that nature. There's tons of information out there for you to pretty much provide any service or do anything you want to do. So I remember the hustle with my friends and my family. I just wanted to make everyone happy. That's how you build a word of mouth business. And I remember my first year out of that, we actually landed our first big job. It was so crazy, as I kind of want to show you this, is the year 2000, check this out. Everybody see it? There you go. Boom. 2000. My first year in business, we did $251,599 starting out the box. Out the box with our friends and our family. Now, I want to be honest with you. Out of that $251,000, $200,000 was from one big project that I landed right out the gate. And at the time, I remember this is I had, I believe, 2 part-time people. And I got a phone call that said, hey, we need some cleaners down at this building to do some construction cleanup. We need about 25 workers. Can you do that? And without hesitation, what do you think I said? You're right. I said yes. So the next day I showed up down there with 25 workers. Never had a job that big, a project that big, but I flowed through it. You know, I learned as I went. And that's what a lot of this business is. Unless you have someone, unless you buy a franchise or you buy another company, that's what it is. It's you going out and figuring stuff out for yourself. So we went out, man, and we knocked that job out the park. Very profitable job. You know, so going into the next year was just like, man, that was a great year. Can we do that again? So check this out. With the same mentality of not saying no and the determination to get a wow from all of our customers, we went out the second year, which is not much more, but if you figure out of $251,000, $200,000 was from one job. For the second year we come out, check this out. Is it focusing? If it doesn't focus, $275,000 in our second year of business. In our second year. Now, let me tell you something, folks. Do you know that we are in a town, a Dauphin County of 250,000 people? Harrisburg alone having approximately 58 to 60,000 people? This is a small market. So we kept building and building, not saying no for anything, and providing quality work. See, we were in this for the long term, not the short term money. Yeah, you can go out and you can sell some people and you can get some people to say yes, but it's about having a repeat customer. Do what you say you're going to do. So after those 2 successful years and we started really building this and really getting our hands around it, so I found this, our 3rd year in business, we went from $275,000 to $491,000. $491,000 in small Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So let me tell you something. When you're getting into this business and you really want to be successful, you have to provide a quality product or service. You can't think short term. I thought so many things and I learned so many things on the fly because I cared about making my customers happy. And that's what you have to do in business. You know, a lot of times we're new in business and, you know, and I know this happens with a lot of you guys, is that you might have some jobs and maybe not that many jobs coming in. Okay. And then what happens is you finally get a call for someone to do a job for you that wants you to do a job. Now what happens is you end up pricing it so high because you ain't got no work coming in. So you're trying to make all your money off of one customer. And I know it seems like a catch-22 thing, but you have to be able to provide value to people. So at the beginning, my first year, it was a hustle. I worked 36-hour days. Literally, without no sleep. I cleaned toilets. I emptied the trash. I'm telling you, this story is so true. In downtown Harrisburg, a construction company said they had a leak. Okay, and they asked us if we can clean up some sewage that came back. Now, I'm going to be honest, I said, hell yeah. But I had no idea that the sewage meant shit. So I remember going down to this basement. I was with my cousin at the time, and I said, man, this smells like shit. And he looked at me and said, it is shit. And I tell you what, we went to work. We got boots. We sucked it out. We cleaned that basement up. We sterilized it. We sanded it. We decontaminated everything. Now let me ask you something. And I think I only charged about $500. I could have easily got $3,000 or $4,000 from that job alone. And the contractor knew that. So what happened is the contractor from there on out saw that we provided quality work at he knows was a very cheap price. So do you think he gave us an opportunity to be able to provide more services for them? Yes. Okay? Yes. It's about providing that value to people. I want to give you one more example. I had a company that they actually built all of one of the major grocery stores in the whole area. And we ended up getting a contract coming in, and we did so well that they hired us to do all of the openings. And I remember the first time I gave a price, you know, the floors was kind of tricky. We didn't know if we were going to be able to accomplish them in that budget. And I kind of let them know that I added a couple more dollars on top because I wasn't sure on the level of quality I was going to be able to get the floors. So we ended up doing the job, and I knocked it out the park. Okay, so instead of me going and saying, hey, here's all of this money, you know, give me my money, pay me. What I went back to the contractor and did is this. I said, look here, it came out a little better and we did it a lot faster than I thought we were going to do. I'm going to give you a rebate of $1,000. I'm not going to even charge you that because it didn't take me the time. And I tell you what, that guy looked me in the eyes like, are you serious? So let me tell you just what that one gesture did. That company never called me and asked me for a price on another job. So they trusted me. They knew I provided value. So when I'm telling you, you want to get into business, if you're thinking short term, that's the type of results you're going to get. It's a hustle. But I just proven to you that we went from 0 to 250,000 our first year, and 200,000 was a one major job. Our second year, we got to 275,000. So we cleared up $200,000 in business. And then our third year, we almost did $500,000. And I've never looked back since. So I just want to tell you, if you're thinking or you're in the cleaning business already, do what you say you're going to do. and you will achieve the results. This is Ben Bragg. Hopefully this helps you. Be tuned. I got a lot more information coming out for you. Be in touch.